Hello everyone, and welcome back to our DAX for Beginners series. My name is Brad, and in today's video, we'll be tackling time intelligence functions. These are specialized DAX functions that help us analyze data over time, such as year-over-year growth, month-to-date totals, and more. We'll be utilizing the same period last year, DATEADD, and TOTALYTD functions, and working with our financials dataset to see how we can really utilize the time dimensions of our data. All right, let's take a look. Before we dive into examples, it's important to have a proper date table in your model. Time intelligence functions rely on a continuous range of dates and certain properties, like marking a table as a date table in Power BI. In our financials dataset, we have columns like sales, profit, and date. Make sure you have a separate date table or have the dataset's date column as a valid date key. This setup ensures our time intelligence functions work seamlessly. We'll start with one of the most common scenarios, year-over-year analysis. The same period last year function helps us easily compare the current year's sales or profit to the previous year's. We need to make sure we have two measures to be able to do this. One is a measure for total sales over the entirety of the dataset to be used as our baseline. We've already created this in a previous video through the all sales measure. To create a measure for sales last year, we'll use the same period last year function like this. Here, the same period last year shifts the dates from the current filter context back by 1 year, and calculate applies that shift when computing all sales. To illustrate, let's add in a line chart and some KPI cards to our canvas. As you can see, the all sales line spans the entirety of our timeline, which begins in September of 2013 and ends in December 2014. Since we don't have any other data past this point, our report considers 2014 as the most recent year. Sales last year should display the sales from our 2013 months, September, October, November, and December. And if we hover over these months in 2014, we can see those values plotted here. We can also see our cards showing the values for these measures. Now, if you need more flexibility, like comparing the same period last month or last quarter, DATEADD is incredibly useful. Let's create a measure that compares sales to the same period last month. Here, DATEADD shifts the current filter context back by 1 month. So if we're looking at our line chart, we can see the line for this measure is shifted by 1 month. If we click on November 2013, we can see from our KPI card that this month's sales are a little over 7 million. Now, if we click on December 2013, the following month, we see the month's sales update, and last month's sales are that 7 million figure from November. For a cumulative performance perspective from the start of the year, we can use the TOTALYTD function. Here, TOTALYTD cumulative sums all sales from the beginning of the year up to the current filter context date. If we add this to our line chart, we can see how this measure works. Starting in January 2014, we have January's sales in our year-to-date measure. Moving to February, we can see January plus February's sales numbers populating the measure. You can also get the same analysis from a quarterly and monthly perspective by using the TOTALQTD and TOTALMTD functions. Okay, to recap, we covered some of the DAX functions that deal with time intelligence. Same period last year, DATEADD, and TOTALYTD. Same period last year compares the same period in the filter context to the previous year. DATEADD shifts the current date context by any number of days, months, quarters, or years. And TOTALYTD accumulates a measure from the start of a year, or quarter, or month, to the current date context. These functions can be incredibly helpful when you want to add some time-relative analysis to your reporting. We'll stop there for now, but if you have any questions about this content, or would like the BIX team to cover a topic in a future video, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on future videos, and thanks for watching.